In today's video, we are going to do a get ready with me with some products that you can still get at Sephora during their Sephora sale if you are shopping their sale. And we're just going to chit chat about some things. Hey everyone, this is Lisa. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Lisa Monique, where we cover all things lifestyle and beauty for the over 50 woman. So I was originally just going to do a chatty get ready with me. And then as I was pulling a few products, I was like, you know what? The Sephora sale is still going on. The VIB sale, however you want to call it. Savings event. I know Sephora doesn't like it to be referred to as a sale. They prefer a savings event. I didn't buy anything. I didn't even look. I bought nothing. I didn't buy anything in April. So 2023, my first year since I started my YouTube channel, I did not purchase a thing during the Sephora sale. And I did not do a Sephora video either in the spring. And I wasn't going to now, but as I was pulling stuff and most of it were brands you could get at Sephora, I thought some people may want to pick up a few things. So these are just going to be some of my favorites. And then, of course, I went back and ensured everything that I'm talking about you can pick up at Sephora. Do I have a mascara here? Oh, yeah, a little trial. Okay, so let's get started. I hope, all right, yeah, got my camera straight. I've been moving my camera around a lot because I'm videotaping all over the place. So I just got back from Florida. My skin tone is just a little bit darker, and you can see my nose. My nose gets so tan, it doesn't matter. I put SPF on it. In fact, when I was staying in Florida for the whole summer, I put like the white complete sunblock on my nose just to keep it from getting so dark because, yeah, and it's not just a tan. It's almost like I have melasma on my nose and it just gets really dark. So that is an area of concern because that becomes my focal point when I'm not wearing any makeup, which is quite a bit. All right, so what did I want to talk about? I'm pulling down, if it hasn't already been done so by the time this video comes out, all my previous skincare videos, or majority of my previous skincare videos, except for my most recent, because YouTube has doing a big crackdown on things. One of their new terms of service, and this could be an old terms of service too, but one of the new terms of service talks about, things that you can talk about on YouTube and how you can't deviate from the WHO official party or official position on things. And they also talk about how you can't sell anything illegal. So one of my YouTube friends, a dear, wonderful, sweet lady, Natalie, the beauty diva, and she's French, and she's just absolutely beautiful. She is just absolutely beautiful. She's had her channel for 8 years, and she just had a really warm and dedicated community, and she had recommended tretinoin to her viewers and told them how they could get it without a prescription, which of course I have done that also. So YouTube canceled her channel. Just canceled it. She can't make another channel. She can't comment on anybody's videos. I mean, she's done. She is banned from YouTube. So, anyways, I have been going through, first of all, I was just deleting the links, and my most recent video, I went through and deleted the chunk where I talked about how you could pick it up, and then I just started any skincare video, because I don't have time to go through all of them in the last 4 years, that I talk about tretinoin. I think one I did watch back and make sure that I was only talking about the compound product that I get from the dermatologist. But yeah, you do all this work and you just don't want it to be canceled. Anyways, so that's just, it's very, very sad. And I don't know if to give them the opportunity saying, hey, you've got these videos up, take them down, or if they just came and said you have a violation and took them all down and just canceled her channel. I actually haven't asked her that. But regardless, yeah. By the time you see this video, all my old skincare videos that reference tretinoin, it's the only ones that reference tretinoin, will be taken down. So most of my anti-aging ones. Okay, let's see. Refer, as I'm using my Refer eyelash curler, they're having their 50% off pre-Black, or no, yeah, well, it's a Black Friday sale, but it's the whole month. They told me they had restocked the whole store. They got a full restock. But my favorite eyeshadow brush was literally sold out within the first 2 or 3 hours. Somebody had mentioned that they tried to buy it and it was sold out. So I don't know. I emailed them. I don't know if they just didn't get that one in, didn't restock, or if really, you know, that many people were waiting to get it and it sold out that quickly. I did have an alternative. So my favorite brush was the 33 because it's a nice flat one and done brush. I just like this brush. And I was a tester. I get some of their brushes in advance and I test them out. Here's a tester one. And yeah, it's been my favorite brush, you know, from the testers. But now it's gone. So before I had a Ray Morris brush, which was shaped more like this one. This is their number 36. And it, I don't know if you can see the brush, but it's slightly wider. It's definitely fatter, and then it kind of angles. And I usually like to use this to push, to really blend in the shadows right on the transition. Like whatever brush I use to put on my eyeshadow, then I would really want to fade out my transition because I typically don't put a highlight color on my skin. This one also could be used, and I'll use it today when I do my cream eyeshadow. Anyways, what else is going on? Oh, dermatology. Yeah, they're having their pre-Black Friday sale, 30% off. I will have, okay, these are my affiliates. Refer is an affiliate, Dermatology is an affiliate, City Beauty is an affiliate, and Alter Ego. So I do make Amazon products. I do make something if you use my links for them. You also get a discount. Some of them you can get the discount regardless just by signing up for their email list. I think that the Dermatology 30% one is bigger than, you know, I think it's 20% if you sign up for their email. But of course, that is my favorite skincare brand, and I'll have to do a new skincare video since I'm taking all of mine down, a new anti-aging skincare video. But all right, let's get started with makeup though. Okay, first thing I'm going to attack is my nose and under my eyes. So I don't have the deep dark bags and circles under the eyes. If I did, Charlotte Tilbury, I'm going back to using some of my old favorite brands. Charlotte Tilbury was my brand of choice, high-end, before I started my YouTube channel. Everything I bought was Charlotte Tilbury. If you watch my early YouTube videos, that's all I talk about is Charlotte Tilbury. But they have their Magic Vanish, which is a really good color corrector, really creamy. For the under eye area, I do set it extremely lightly with some setting powder. And then you can go in with your concealer, and you can kind of layer your setting powder if you have those dark circles. And I wouldn't put it everywhere unless your dark circles are everywhere, but I would target it exactly where you want to put it. And then just use a setting spray. I've got the Charlotte Tilbury one here because I'm talking about products you can buy at Sephora, but you can also just use Milani or NYX or Revlon. I always get their little travel size because I don't use setting spray that much. It's too strong to spray my whole face. I mean, I end up with a wet face and almost a shiny, like it'll hit wherever it hit the hardest. It almost gets like a shiny spot, but I can put it on a sponge. Oh, here's another affiliate, my Stands Out Beauty Sponge. I can just spray a little on a sponge and tap it on my concealer and it will last longer. So those are just some little concealer hints. But today, for me, I am going to use this Nars Impossible Dream Light Reflecting Eye Brightener. So I am just going to lighten a little bit underneath my eye. Again, using a rougher brush. This is the 02 and just a little shadow brush. So I'm just going to put it right where I have my little darker circle areas right here. Okay, still no permit. It's Friday. I did a video, I think, on Tuesday. Maybe it was Wednesday, talking about the house. We redid the roof, the gable on the front porch. Resent it back to a structural engineer. And everything was submitted day before yesterday? Maybe yesterday. I think it was submitted Wednesday night. So it was there all day yesterday, I think. So maybe today, maybe today my permit will come out for our remodel. Speaking of getting distracted. Okay, so this is the Dior Forever Skin, correct? If you're wondering what I'm putting on my nose, just because it's really good coverage, but it doesn't get cakey. Speaking of distracted, though, if you watch my videos, you know I say the wrong word all the time. I say the wrong word, I lose my train of thought, I mispronounce words. Yeah, that's just kind of me. And a couple years ago, I did a brain fog video and cut out sugar, which I've been cutting out again. I'll tell you a little bit about that. But I cut out sugar, and it really did help clear up some of the brain fog. But of course, it doesn't give me this incredible memory, you know. I mean, it's not that I could now come up to a friend or somebody that, an acquaintance, let's say, and pull their name immediately out of a hat, the hat being my brain, on how I know them and what their name is. That's still a lot harder for me nowadays. But, yeah, see, I've lost my train of thought already, where I was going with this story. But my friend, my YouTube friend, I have lots of YouTube friends, Mrs. Melissa M., she received a really horrible Instagram post, and it talked about how she called something a Fenty product Hourglass, an Hourglass product Fenty. I mean, gosh, I mix up my products all the time. And which, pointing it out is not bad. I mean, people point it out to me. I was like, oops, yep, oh, haha, sorry. Yeah, I do that. Thanks for letting everyone else know by putting it down in the comments. And then I can check, fix it in the description box if I didn't catch it when I play things back. But it was like, her comment said that, you know, it was a lot more hateful, like, you know, maybe you shouldn't be doing this, or give it up, or, you know, I don't know, if you can't get it together or something. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but the real words were just as hateful, and telling her, you know, that maybe she shouldn't do it if she can't get the brands right. And so, yeah, I mean, we're over 50. We forget things. We've got so much info. I'm going to guess it's like some young 20-something, 30-something-year-old. Yeah, we've got, anyone over 50 knows that we've got so much info here, we just start mixing things up. Okay, while I was on vacation, I had pulled out my Lancome 5-in-1 foundation stick. Oh, I love this. I have not used it in I mean, maybe over a year. Maybe longer. But now that I've pulled it out again, I really was using it more for the brush. I don't really use the brush for my whole face, though. I'm going to use a different brush. I really want a paddle brush. I've been telling a rougher that they should design a paddle brush. They actually said that if I gave them some designs, that they would design one for me, and I haven't sent them design. You know, if I haven't sent them designs, so I need to get designs for a paddle brush. Anyways, this cream to powder formula, oh, it looks terrible. Oh my goodness. Rule 101, Lisa Schaff. prep your skin first. Moisturize your face. I'm trying to even remember if I remembered to put lotion on when I got out of the shower or just put on all of my serums. Yeah, see, that's the type of things we forget. Not good. You need freshly moisturized skin, especially with cream to powder formulas. I can't believe I even have my moisturizing primers. I have both of them that I like to use, but I'm going to talk about that Charlotte Tilbury one because that is the one that you can get at Sephora. Like the other favorite right here is Embryolisse. Yeah, I again getting distracted. Putting it on top. It seems to be working on top. So what happened? What did I notice right away when my skin wasn't moisturized? It just looked like snake skin. It looked really dry and achy, or dry and not flaky. Flaky's the wrong word. It just looked really horrible. That's the best way to describe it. In fact, I'm going to put in a second. And it could have been me doing my concealer and then locking it in with setting spray, again, without my skin being moisturized and prepped first. That's why it's so important to moisturize and prep your skin. Oh, that looks so much better. It looks so much better. But, you know, I still feel like I've got a little bit of coverage on it, but I'm just going to try a little bit more. I almost feel like I don't even need this. I'm just doing it to see what it looks like. Yeah, I don't want to pile on too much product. All right, it is what it is. Okay, next I am going to use the SAIE Sun Melt Bronzer, SAIE, S-A-I-E. I'm just going to use the same brush that I used to blend out the cream foundation. This is a Refa brush. You've never heard me talk about this one, I don't think. It's 31. It is their foundation brush. It's just big, which I guess for a foundation brush, that's what you want. But so I think they're doing the 50% off most of the month, and you know, but they won't be restocking. So if you have certain brushes that you want, I would get them now. And this last shipment, they said that the manufacturer in Japan actually gave them a discount, and they passed that discount on. So the cost of the brushes right now, on a lot of the brushes, it's less than what it used to be, the full price cost. And then they pass that on to the consumer. So it really is the best time to buy rougher brushes if that's what you are looking for, if you want some new brushes. Okay, so I was going to use the SAIE Beauty, their cream blush, because I want to use this color. I have a very similar one. It's the Rare Beauty. Now, Rare Beauty, you've heard me talk about in a lot of videos if you've been with me for a while. It lasts forever. It really is an all-day color. I'm a little more scared. Is that right? I'm a little scared to put this on my face because it's such a big fat brush. So I'm going to put it here. Use my number 17. It's not clean. Use my number 17 Refa brush. Kind of smear it around. And then come up here. Ooh, that was like way too much. Put some under my brow bone. Okay, so this color is Dreamy. It is a dreamy color, really plummy. And with these cream blushes, I always have to pay attention because this tapping motion, my face gets very flushed quickly when I'm tapping on it. So I will be like, oh, I have plenty of blush, and then 15 minutes later, when the blood has settled, it'll look like I have no blush on. So I do have to be a little cautious of that. Okay, I think this one will also rub off easier because it rubbed off pretty easy off my hand. Where is the Rare Beauty? Kind of is like a stain, like a cheek stain. Okay, I am going to use a little Rare Beauty though for a highlight. Yes, I am going to put a little highlight. Look at this pretty highlight. This is their Flaunt highlighter. I'm going to use a BK Beauty brush. This is their 112. And I am just going to tap on it back here. I'm not going to put it here. I've got my big pores here. Can you see my big pores? And putting highlighter on those big pores just emphasizes the pores because it highlights the top surface of the skin, and the pores become these really deep, deep, dark circles. I'm just going to blend out those edges. This one is so pretty. It's very potent, but it's easy to apply lightly because sometimes you get a potent highlighter and you can't do anything light about it. You put it on and it's just really heavy. Okay, let's see. I'm going to use my Kosas. What is this one called? Brow Pop. So I am wearing a shirt that I bought on Amazon. This is their Amazon Essentials. It was like some ruffle neck flannel, and I guess it was supposed to be a lightweight flannel. I'm trying to see. I guess it's kind of brushed, but to me it's not flannel. I mean, it just feels like a kind of a softer brushed poplin type shirt. I mean, it's the type of shirt that you know when you wash and dry you're gonna have to iron again, whereas flannels kind of just fall out because the fabric is so thick. Okay, I'm going to use my tried and true Charlotte Tilbury Rose Gold eyeshadow for my one and done eyeshadow. This is a million years old. When people ask how often do I throw out my makeup, I have been doing some purges lately, but if I like it and it still works, yeah, then I'm going to keep it for a while. So putting it here, tapping it in the center. And then applying one and done. My Charlotte Tilbury. Gonna go back and use my Makeup by Mario Pigment Pro in Perfect Brown. I will say I should pick up a new one of these while I still get 20% off because I may, even though I haven't purchased at the Sephora sales, I still buy makeup at Sephora. I'm still a Rouge member, so I still get 20% off because this is it's drying up. You know, all these pencils are so creamy, dreamy when you get them, and then they dry up. Reference number 26, I like this little point. If you like applying powder eyeshadow as eyeliner, or just blending out your eyeliner, like me smudging it underneath. This is a really good pointy brush. All right, mascara. Okay, I guess I should look and see if I have a Lancome primer, but I don't think I do. I think my daughter took it. So I'm going to use my non-Sephora lash primer, the Voluminous. So I managed to get all my dahlias cut down before the freezing temperatures. You know, it was getting down into the 20, and because my dahlias were in bags above the ground and it had rained earlier in the week, so the soil was still damp. I didn't want them to freeze. If you're tubers, dahlias are grown in tubers, which are kind of like potatoes. You know, you plant one and you end up with lots of tuber fingers. And if they freeze, they're done for. They're just. And so I was sitting watching TV, flipping through my Facebook on my phone, and I have on a dahlia group, and somebody asked, you know, oh, it's going to get down to the 20s. Do I need to? They had theirs in grow bags also. Do I need to bring them in? And they're like, yes, you'll lose them. And I thought about the 22 I still had out front. I hadn't cut them down yet. The bees were still in them that day. And so it's dark, and I jump off my chair and like, okay, I'm not going to lose 22 dahlias because I'm lazy. And so in the dark, I cut them down. And when I cut the first 40 down or so, I mean, I was so careful. I'd take out the stakes and lay it down, and I'd take off all the, you know, plastic that are, you know, the ties that I would tie my dahlia to the stake. And then I'd take out the little staples that held the hose, the drip line hose to each bag, and put those in a nice pile. Well, at night, you know, when it's 39 degrees out, and I've got 22 plants, I mean, I was just throwing everything everywhere. In fact, I still need to clean up my front yard, and I was just whacking them down right at the base and, you know, moving them aside. I dragged them or carried them through the house into the back garden room, and that's where they all are. I still need to empty out all the dirt and store them for the winter, but yeah, it took me less than 30 minutes, maybe about 30 minutes. I mean, I was about to let potentially $300 to $400 worth of dahlias rot because I was lazy. But I didn't. That little comment, you know, was my kick in the butt that you know sometimes need. Okay, mascara. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. Ooh, I don't have speaking of Pillow Talk, I don't have a lipstick in front of me. But, you know, my lashes already look pretty darn good just with that primer. I will say I like that primer. It has dried, so now I kind of feel like with this brush, I'm not really getting a whole lot of mascara added, but it is darkening the tips. Well, at least I'll get coverage on the bottom lashes. So I'm using this little trial size though. And it's getting pretty dry. This is something that I probably should toss. Okay, decluttering. I've tossed my little trial size. Okay, let me grab a lipstick. Okay, I was looking for my Ibiza Nights, which is almost gone, from Charlotte Tilbury. I probably should get a little bit more of that, but I am going to use the Pillow Talk. What is it called? I don't even remember what kind this one is, but this one's glossy. It's not flat like the regular Pillow Talk, and so I don't need to put a gloss over this one. I love this shade. My daughter likes it too. In fact, I should grab some and put in her stocking. All right, I am going to get on Sephora when I'm done with this and order a few things. Okay, I need to finish drying my hair, and then I will curl it. Oh, powder. Powder, powder, powder. I really haven't been powdering my face that much, just in this little area, but you know what I'm going to say I'm going to use, which is going to be my Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, I'm going to just take a little bit. You know what? I'm just going to use my sponge. There. So this is it. This is my final daytime look. Of course, I might kind of put a little more hairspray right here, try and poof this up area out just a little bit. I did film a new hair video. I really don't do a whole lot different with my hair, but I have been pulling out my curling iron on my ends lately. Day to day, I just let it air dry, but if I'm going out, I have been tucking my ends under with the curling iron. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.